In this talk, we want you to understand the sustaining power of loyal love, because it is this quality, loyal love, and its power that will help you face future trials and challenges with confidence in Jehovah. Well, you perhaps remember the definition of loyal love from a written review, but it's this: it is love motivated by a strong commitment and a deep attachment. And here's how King David described loyal love that existed between him and Jehovah. He said at Psalm 63:8, "I cling to you. Your right hand keeps hold fast on me." Now this is loyal love. I cling to you. You hold on to me. Now in the first century, a woman who set an outstanding example of clinging to Jehovah is Anna. How so? Let's find out. We open our Bibles to Luke chapter 2. We're going to read verse 36 and 37 and see what lesson we can learn and apply to you. Now there was a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel of Asher's tribe. This woman was well along in years and had lived with her husband for 7 years after they were married. And she was a widow, now 84 years old. She was never missing from the temple, rendering sacred service day and night with fasting and supplications. Well, here we have it. Everything we know about Anna is right here. Luke recorded it. She was 84 years old when Luke introduces her to us. Likely she hadn't lived long enough to become a follower of Jesus, to be anointed with Holy Spirit, or to enjoy preaching the good news of the kingdom. That's it, if we stop right there. But what if we don't? What if we dig deeper? What will we learn that will help you? Well, let's do that. Anna was born about 86 BCE. When she was 23 years old, Jerusalem was filled with violence and divisions. Jewish leaders such as the Maccabees were at war. Roman forces under the leadership of a soldier named Pompey came to restore order, and in the process, some 12,000 Jews reportedly died. It is possible that Anna's husband was one of these victims. Then when Anna was 47 years old, the Romans appointed Herod as king of Judea. Herod? This man was not a descendant of David. He was not even an Israelite. He was an Edomite. The Edomites were sworn enemies of true worship. Now on top of that, the hypocritical Jewish religious leaders made life hard for people, including widows like Anna. So now Anna watches as Jehovah's house of prayer, the place she cherished, became a cave of robbers. Pure worship is withering on the vine. What will Anna do? She could have been stumbled. She could have reasoned, I supported true worship all my life. I believed the Messiah would come and the prophecies would come. I go to the temple every day. I've done everything right, but things have only gotten worse. God lets my husband die. An Edomite is rebuilding the temple. What's happening? Has Jehovah left us? Should I leave too? Anna could have given up, walked away, became bitter, but she didn't. Why? Why? It was the roots of her loyal love. That sustaining power of loyal love, it went deep and it wrapped around Jehovah. And she had the power to keep clinging to him under those circumstances. Anna was determined to serve Jehovah to the best of her ability. What did she do? Again, looking at verse 37, she was never missing from the temple. She was in the right place, rendering sacred service day and night, doing the right thing. with fasting and supplications, with the right attitude. She was doing the right thing, in the right place, with the right attitude. Nothing could stop this seemingly fragile servant of God from clinging to her closest friend, Jehovah. In effect, Anna was saying, I cling to you, Jehovah, and her loyal love was noticed. Chapter 2 and verse 38, it reveals that Anna was present when the baby Jesus was brought to the temple. And when she saw that baby, what did she begin to do in verse 38? It says she came near, she began giving thanks to God, speaking about the child to all who were waiting for Jerusalem's deliverance. Can you sense her joy? Can you feel the joy she had at seeing and perhaps even holding that little baby, the future Messiah? This was something that this elderly woman had never expected in her lifetime. The child in front of her was proof, tangible proof, concrete evidence that Jehovah had not abandoned his people, and he did not abandon Anna. So not only had Anna clung to Jehovah, Jehovah held on to her and rewarded her. This is loyal love. Anna's faithful record is so well known that some 50 years later or so, Luke was compelled to write about her. Where did Luke get his information? Who did he talk to? Did he talk to Mary, interview her, or some of the older ones? There was this woman, Anna. She was at the temple. She would never leave. We don't know. But what we do know is that Jehovah inspired Luke to record and to document her life in his word so that we could be taught lessons. And here we are, some 2,000 years later, and we are using her life as an example of commitment and unbreakable integrity for you students to imitate. So what can you learn from Anna's example? You may suffer loss of one kind or another. You will come face to face with the imperfections of others. Your feelings may get hurt, and you might find yourself coping with an unexpected change in your life that is not pleasant. Or you may feel that you're a victim of an injustice or a serious misunderstanding from within the organization. What will you do? This is what you will do. You will cling to Jehovah, and you will experience him holding on to you. You cling to him, he holds on to you. For example, I recall a time when a brother serving in a foreign field, due to a misunderstanding, lost his privileges as an elder. And he felt the decision was unfair. He was deeply hurt. But he and his wife never stopped clinging to Jehovah and their spiritual routine. Then at a regional convention, a brother approached him and thanked him for the talk that he gave on the program. Well, he volunteered in the cleaning department, but he hadn't given a talk. Then the brother said to this former elder, when I see your smile and positive attitude, yes, you gave a talk, and it was on loyalty, and it was loud and clear. So the former elder now relates, the experience taught me and my wife that every challenge or misfortune does not need to represent a threat to our spiritual well-being. We've come to view rejection, failure, or being misunderstood as normal episodes in the lives of competent, healthy people. Instead of being crushed, we grew. You see, the couple looked beyond their hardships, and they clung to Jehovah. How? By imitating Anna. They were never missing from true worship in the right place. rendering sacred service day and night, doing the right thing, with fasting and supplications, and sometimes those supplications involve tears, but with the right attitude. And Jehovah held on to them and never let go. The brother is still serving in the foreign field. He's an elder again and giving memorable talks. So what do we want you to remember from this talk? We want you to remember this. When you come face to face with future trials, and you will, or challenges in your life, and you will, this is what happens in life. Be in the right place. Do the right thing. With the right attitude. By doing this, you declare, Jehovah, I cling to you, and I trust you hold on to me.